In the middle of my career, when I was traveling, accepting promotions, growing my career, I was moving, living in different parts of the US. It was an incredible experience. But I learned so many lessons the hard way because I didn't have anyone advising me or telling me about the things that were impacting me personally and financially in that moment, as well as in the future. So I'm going to share some key hacks that I learned between 2006 and 2017. Some I learned while going through, and some I learned after making mistakes. I learned a lot about having options, but also having exit strategies. In the first career options episode, we talked about 5 ways to develop options for you in your life. Option number 1, money working for you. Option number 2, the side hustle. Option number 3, the competition. Option number 4, third party. And option number 5, the DMs via LinkedIn. In order to make a career shift, the idea of needing to make a shift and wanting to make a shift are 2 totally different things. When your back is against the wall, needing to make a shift versus when you have options that include exit strategies, you can desire and want to make a career shift versus needing to make a career shift. The pressure of needing to make a career shift can become a vicious cycle of taking positions for less money and overall total compensation that can stall your career journey and your development. Making a career shift that you truly want to accelerate your career journey and the total compensation is a very different conversation. It is a very different position of control over your career. It even feels different. Making a career shift decision from a place of want and desire versus necessity begets peace, joy, comfort, and well-being. Now that you know the benefits of being in a position of having career options with exit strategies, let's get into the exit strategies that you can put into place to experience peace, joy, and well-being in your decision-making for your career shift. Number 1, the first bucket is a bucket of necessity. That's the shelter bucket. Having an exit strategy in mind when you make these decisions to purchase or rent a place for shelter will push you to make a better purchase and or rent. For example, when I was relocating for work every 2 years, I pushed myself to purchase homes even though I thought I would be there for 5 to 10 years, if not more. Thankfully, I bought them with the intent to sell immediately or be able to manage more than one property financially, i.e. 2 mortgages at one time. That means I bought at a discounted price to sell at a profit after realtor expenses. This is one example that will get you thinking in terms of an exit strategy for a major purchase in life. This major purchase can often cause you to accept things in your career that you may or may not want, or cause you to make moves in your career that you may or may not desire. However, if you consider the exit strategy of this major purchase, it can keep you from considering it when making a career decision because you have options to relinquish ownership at a profit or get out of a rental lease. The one mistake that I made though is that I didn't factor in real estate growth rates at the time and should not have sold the first property when I moved. So I ran the numbers. The house would have been paid for in total if I had rented it out after I moved and relocated. I would have had approximately $300,000 in equity value on the property with an annual rental income of around $15,000 per year. And that's truly on the low end. Let that sink in. Number 2, the transportation bucket. Your car payment is more like a shelter payment if purchased the wrong way. Why are you doing it? You have to ask yourself, why are you doing it? It is causing you to make decisions about your career, what you will put up with, what you will settle for on a job so that you can maintain that car. Is it something missing from your childhood? Is it status? Does it make you feel good? Is it from a scarcity or a lack mindset? Finding out the source of why you would pay that amount of money, whatever that amount is for you, for a vehicle to get you from point A to point B, you have to understand why so that you can make a better financial decision about the transportation bucket. What would life be like if you didn't have a car payment and just maintenance? Now, I didn't buy my depreciating asset brand new. I got it at a discount. I got a great deal on this vehicle and I've had it and it's maintained above market value every year since I purchased it. Great purchase.
So I thought.
But I paid cash for the vehicle so I wouldn't have a car note. And I used proceeds from the sale of stock that I had been awarded. So you know I ran the numbers. And had I held on to that stock at that point in time at the value that I had originally owned the shares, today it would be worth over $175,000. Now, I did tell you that my car kept up with the value, the market value, but there's no way it kept up with the growth on that stock if I had held it. So learn from my mistake. Don't let bucket number 2, your transportation bucket, be a hindrance to your career options, your exit strategies, and ultimately wealth creation. If you notice a theme, I always buy at a discount, but I was always missing the larger picture around present value versus future value of true assets and not liabilities. Number 3, the liquidity bucket. How much do you need to take a 3 to 6 month break from your job? That's right, a 3 to 6 month break from your job. How much money would you need to do that? How much money would you need to have on the side working for you to be able to take a 3 to 6 month break? How much money would you need to make in your side hustle to take a 3 to 6 month break? That's having options with exit strategy. Having that behind you is truly like the wind beneath your wings when you're making a career shift. You'll be able to negotiate things like title, total compensation, vacation, flex time, hybrid, remote work, car allowance, and so much more. When you don't have to make a decision, you can make a great decision. Reorganize the things in life that cause you to have to make decisions, placing you in a vicious cycle of decision making that you truly don't want to be in. I hope this helps you. As always, go get you some career options by taking a look at these 3 big buckets. And if you haven't listened to the first career options episode, be sure to check that out as soon as you wrap up here. And as always, I love you.